What we're going to do today is make a meringue nest. These can be decorated with cream and fruits and everything else that you like, but the basic meringue nest sometimes fools people. I don't know why. One of the things I've found is that when you whisk the egg, make sure it's a stiff peak, and then when you add the sugar, make sure all the sugar has dissolved in the egg whites. Because if it's baking and that sugar hasn't dissolved, it will just leave a gooey mess on the base of your baking tin. So how do we do it? Very simple. This time take one egg, crack it open, you need the egg white and nothing else, no shell, no yellow bit. That's the yolk. That's the technical term, is the yolk, the yellow bit. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get all the egg white into there. As you can see, it's just about finishing. Yeah, there we go. Tip that into there. I'll leave that for another day and use that for something else. So there's my egg white. I'm going to pop this into a steel tin. Steel tin? What am I talking about? Into a steel container. There we go. Mix it up slowly to begin with. It's fantastic, this mixer. I've had it nearly 25 years and it's still going so well. It really is. It's amazing. This process will take 2 or 3 minutes, so I might speed it up. There you go. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. That's white foamy bits there. Nearly there, nearly there. There we go. It's a very good food mixer, but very loud. You see this? It's getting very thick and creamy now. Look at that. Looking great. Now, the noise. Just to show you, look, that's quite stiff and that's just about perfect actually, the egg white. I've only got one egg white here, don't forget. And with this one egg white, I should make maybe one large meringue nest. With one egg white, just add roughly 50 grams worth of caster sugar or granulated sugar. If you're using granulated sugar, make sure you mix it in a lot more because it does need a longer to mix. So I'm just going to tip in a little bit of that. And the idea is to keep feeding it in slowly, bit by bit, making sure it all dissolves into the egg whites. Looking silky. You see that? More sugar. Not too much. A little bit more. I have to say, this is where a proper stand food mixer comes in handy. You can just walk away and go and have a glass of wine or something. And finally the last bit. There you go. Get in there. And it's a great food mix, as I say, 25 years old, must be. But it's so noisy. I bet the neighbours are complaining. I'm just going to scrape down the bowl just to get every ounce of that involved. There we go. Just want to make sure I've just sprayed everywhere. That's great. Let's mix a little bit more. You just want to make sure that the sugar is all dissolved. What a workout. No need to join the gym, is there? Now, to make sure it's all perfect and the sugar's actually dissolved, take your finger and thumb and just get a little dab like that, and just get, now you see I can still feel granules of sugar in that, so that needs, well, it needs whisking a lot more. So I'm just going to clean up, hold on. Not supposed to do that, but let's have a quick wipe down again. Make sure we get it all involved. See, with a stand mixer, life would be so much easier, wouldn't it? Oh, you just walk away and leave it to do its job. But with this thing, it's more nostalgia than anything else, and it's also a lot cheaper. Let's try again, shall we? A little dab. Yep, that's pretty much it actually. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm just going to wipe it on there, look a bit more professional. There we go. Now, let's get rid of that. Have a scrape down the bowl. It's a nice silky white meringue. And because it's the French method of way of doing things, it's not going to stay very stable very long. So we need to dish this up now, put it onto the baking tray, which I've stuck down with baking parchment. I'm just going to dollop it. Why be posh in your own home, honestly? There we go, let's dollop. And just scoop that off there, scoop that onto there. Now, one meringue nest is what I've got here. I just want to make a bit more of a shape to it. So I'm going to spin it round and round and round, and then make a hole in the middle. Not a hole, but a recess in the middle. This will take our cream afterwards and any other flavourings that you want to add, like the fruits. Now, I've had the oven cleaning. Cleaning? What am I talking about? That's afterwards. I hate that job. I've had the oven on very low heat. It's on, what's that, roughly about 100 degrees centigrade. And I'm going to slip this into the bottom tray. And it's literally not to cook it as such, but to just dry it out. And that's all you do with the meringues, is just dry it out. So I'm going to leave that in there, 100 degrees centigrade, leave it for about an hour, then switch off the heating and just leave it to cool out. Leave it overnight if you want to. And the idea is that it will dry out on the outside, but the inside will be nice and chewy. And that's the secret with a good meringue.